Hey, it's Chef Todd Moore, and I'm back with another quick and easy dinner idea that can be completed in one pan in less time than I can explain it, basically. And why am I letting you look over my shoulder as I cook dinner every night? Because I want to turn as many frustrated recipe followers into home kitchen masters as I can. Every night I hurt my arm, patting myself on the back, saying, boy, if everyone could cook like this, they would look forward to planning dinner and they would never run out of dinner ideas. You know, if you agonize over what to cook for dinner, watch what I do every night. It's easy and it's not even planned out. I mean, I make this stuff up 10 minutes before I start cooking even. I start grabbing ingredients, I start thinking of a cooking method, and before I know it, dinner is done. Tonight, I've improvised a shrimp and cannellini bean Florentine because that's what I pulled out of my refrigerator. Not because I found a great recipe. Great recipes are never great. Your personal creation is what's great. So again, no recipe today. If you hate cannellini beans, then use penne pasta instead. If you hate shrimp, use chicken instead. Change anything that you would like for your tastes, but follow this method and you'll be whipping up dinner in no time. Let's head over to the lonely single pan on the stove and I'll show you how it's done. Here's what you'll need for shrimp and cannellini bean Florentine that I just made up. But we start with a pan. Make sure the pan is hot first and a little bit of fat. In this case, it's olive oil. And I don't know, that's a tablespoon maybe. Remember, olive oil, any kind of fat in a saute method like this is used mechanically. It's meant to transfer the heat to the product. We're not deep frying, don't need to fill up the pan. Some sliced onions in our hot pan with olive oil. And you can hear the heat of that pan. That's what we want. Don't ever want to put things in a cold pan. Pan hot first, fat hot next. Then you start with your aromatics, things like onions. And stir fry these onions until they get a little translucent. They start to sweat. The moisture comes out of them. And you start to smell that wonderful onion stir fry smell. You know something's cooking in the kitchen when you smell a fry of onions. Now the Florentine part is spinach, so we put a whole bunch of spinach in the pan, and it might look like the pan's overflowing, but spinach breaks down very, very quickly. About a handful of chopped garlic, of course sticky, it's going to stick to your hand, but we'll add the garlic to the spinach and saute those two flavors together. And see how quickly the spinach starts to break down. It's mostly water, so when the cell structure of the leaf breaks down and the water starts to evaporate, look at the loss of volume that we have. Next, our protein product, which is about half a pound of peeled and deveined shrimp. That's going to go in with the spinach, the garlic, and the onions. We'll start to combine all those flavors together and stir fry them together. These are cannellini beans, one of my favorite because they're really kind of meaty and round, and it's really good high protein to add to the dish. And again, the ingredients really are unimportant. You can substitute any ingredients you'd like. Perhaps you serve this over pasta or rice. I like the protein qualities of the cannellini beans. Again, going from dry single source cooking to moist convective cooking means putting the lid on the pan and letting that steam, that moist process build up. After a few minutes, we'll give it another poke around, make sure our shrimp are getting nice and pink. The shrimp are getting cooked through. The spinach is already cooked. We're about halfway through the cooking process, and I'm going to add half a can of diced tomatoes. Seeded diced tomatoes, or you could do tomato concasse if you'd like, and that's part of web cooking classes as well, but skinning and seeding the tomato so that we don't get those little quills of skin in there. Lid back on the pan and let this cook, again, in a convective fashion. I want all those juices coming together. And after a few minutes, just looking to see if the shrimp are done, and look at that pan sauce that we have now. All those ingredients came together, and it's a simple matter of plating it up. The green, the red, the white of the beans, the shrimp, all these flavors come together with the garlic and onion. This is my shrimp cannellini Florentine, a quick and easy meal that you can do at home.